Culture is learned. It is not biological. We do not inherit it. Much of learning is unconscious. We learn culture from families, peers, institutions, and media. The process of learning culture is known as enculturation. Culture is learned. Halimbawa, noong bata pa tayo, ang madalas natin naririnig na language ay mother tongue. Eventually, natutunan na rin yung culture na iyon. Isa pang halimbawa ay kung paano at ano ang tawag natin sa mother o nanay. Depende ito sa kung ano ang tinuro ng ating family. Maaring ma'am, mama o nanay.
What is culture transmitted? Culture transmission is the process through which cultural elements in the form of attitudes, values, beliefs, and behavioral scripts are passed on to thought to the individuals and groups. So, culture is transmitted by, the first one is enculturation, learning your own culture. So, for example, you live in an agricultural land or coconut plantation. Your father teach you how to make a copra. So, what form of transmission of culture here? Another form based on enculturation. So, another example. You live near in the sea. Your parent is a fisherman. One day, your father taught you how to make a shrimp paste. In Tagalog, bagoong. This is the form of enculturation. Learning your own culture. Kung paano, for example, kung paano ka magmano, yung kung anong meron sa tribe nyo na mga ginagawa na mga ano, kunwari, for example, yung pagdadasal-dasal, yung mga ginagawa nyo sa mga sa kung anong kultura meron nakakapaloob sa inyo sa community nyo, yung ganon, yung ganong ano ng enculturation, kung anong nakakapaloob sa society or community na meron kayo, yun yung sinasalin sa inyo para makuha nyo. So, yun yung learning your own culture.
The second form of culture transmission will be acculturation. When you say acculturation, this is learning some parts of another culture. Katulad ng K-drama na kinakaadikan ng mga kabataan ngayon, lalo na sa mga kababayan, ay yung nagagaya nila sa mga napapanood nila na K-drama, like yung pagsasign nila ng OPA, pagsasabi nila ng ibang Korean language, like yung pagpasasalamat nila, yung Kamsahamnida, yung ganun. Acculturation is learning some part of another culture. Next is assimilation. Losing your own culture and acquiring another culture. So, say you have migrated in United States and you have completely forgotten how to speak Tagalog or how to speak Filipinos, how to speak your dialect. You have completely forgotten all the parts of the Filipino cultures and you have completely embraced the culture of the American. Okay? Once you done that, then the method of transmitting culture is called assimilation. This is the three different way of transmitted culture: enculturation, acculturation, and assimilation.
Symbols are very important for the cultures because it helps a group create culture itself, and cultural symbols can represent many things and help cultures express specific ideologies and social standards of the culture that communicated amongst the group. For example, ang mga simbahan, marirecognize natin ang isang simbahan sa pamamagitan ng kanilang mga symbols. Halimbawa na lamang, ang simbahang Katoliko, nakatatak na sa isip natin na kapag may makita tayong cross, ito ay isang simbahang pang-Katoliko. At ganun din sa Islam, kapag may nakita tayong half moon at star sa taas, ito ay isang simbahang pang-Muslim.
Culture is changeable. Culture is not a fixed phenomenon. It changes based on changes in the society needs and mindset of the people. Cultural change can have many causes including environment, technological inventions, and contact with other cultures. Ang culture ay nagbabago base sa mindset and needs ng ating society. So isa sa nakakaapekto sa pagbabago ng ating kultura ay ang mga advanced tools at modern technological tools. So halimbawa na lang, the replacement of stone tools with modern technological tools such as electricity and other advanced tools. Kung mapapansin po natin, noong unang panahon, ang ginagamit ng mga tao sa pag-produce ng apoy ay ang bato. But as time goes by, nag-evolve ang ating teknolohiya. Napalitan ito ng mga makabagong teknolohiya na kung saan mas mapapadali ang pagpuproduce ng apoy.
Culture as integrated. When we say integrated, it is the compilation or interconnected of culture as a whole. It occurs when one people adapt the essence of another culture, it become blended or fused together. For instance, ang isang society pinapractice nila ang proper waste disposal management while yung ibang society pinapractice lang nila ang pagre-recycle ng trash or basura. And when they interact to each other, mas nagiging meaningful or useful yung culture na na-acquire nila sa isa't isa. Through integrating culture ay nami-maintain nito ang pagkakaisa in a certain balance in a particular society. Also helps keep a society together. Thus, all can share the same belief and values in society. Culture is being integrated because all of the members of the society share experiences that produce a basic personality structure in which in turns create and sustain other aspects of culture. Where other communities accept the culture from others and their cultures evolves. Example, yung dating culture ng mga tao sa tribu, then nag-migrate sila sa city and may na-encounter silang ibang culture in which naiiba sa kanila. Then, na-adapt nila ito at yung culture nila ay nai-evolve. Since other culture is being integrated to others, yung dating culture ay na-evolve kasi nga, syempre nag-combine na sila.
Ethnocentric, evaluating peoples and cultures according to the standards of one's own culture. Ethnocentric or ethnocentrism is a term applied to the cultural or ethnic bias, in which an individual views the world from perspective of his or her own group. Ethnocentrism occurs when one has the belief that their own cultural group is superior to others. Individuals who are ethnocentric will believe that their cultures, belief, ideas, values, norms, and practices are correct. Just for instance, when Chinese eating noodles, they are using chopstick. But in foreign countries, they are using fork when they are eating noodles. But the Chinese people will react na mali yung ginamit ng foreign country sa pagkain ng noodles. Dapat ang kailangan nilang gamitin ay chopstick. Yun ay isang halimbawa ng ethnocentric. At ang isa pang halimbawa ng ethnocentric ay when African peoples pumunta sa Amerika, then sinabihan ng American people yung African people na go back to Africa dahil hindi ka belong dito dahil maitim ka. Dapat ang mga tao sa Amerika ay mapuputi lang. Yun ay dahil iniisip nila na dapat ang tao lamang sa Amerika ay mapuputi. That's it. And another example of ethnocentrism is sa isang relihiyon or religion ay bawal makipagrelasyon yung babae man or lalaki sa hindi nila kasame ng religion kasi bawal. Matitigwalag sila sa kanilang organisasyon or sa kanilang religion. So, dapat kapag magkaroon man sila ng relasyon ay kasave nila ng religion. Yun. The positive effect of ethnocentrism is promotes solidarity and loyalty, develops cultural pride, and the negative effects of ethnocentric is discrimination and bullying.
So what is adaptive? Okay. From the day we born until we grow old, we live in the culture inherited from our ancestors. Yet people nowadays tend to adapt culture and combines it in our culture. But the culture adaptation is not easy as what we think. I'll give you first stage of cultural adaptation. The honeymoon stage is first stage experience after arrival in a new culture. Based on each name, this first stage of cultural adaptation is full of excitement. People on this stage are excited in knowing culture. Second is the culture shock stage. The focus on this stage is on the differences between one's own culture and the new culture together with the conflicts that arise due to its differences. As you leave the country and live in the South Korea for weeks, you are still in the first stage, but for the next month, you are going to recognize the differences of the Philippines and of South Korea, particularly its culture, in which you will feel that there is conflict inside you. As you experience these two cultures and the comparison of these two differences cultures. So now we are going to proceed to another stage. The third one, we have the recovery stage. What is the recovery stage? Here, newcomer begins to regain a sense of appreciation of the new culture. And then the last one is the adaptation stage. What is the adaptation stage? Wherein the newcomer has already developed a realistic of understanding of the similarities and differences of his own culture between the new culture. We have prepared some examples regarding that topic. So, learning greetings of the new culture. Like on Korea, they bow their head or nicking their head on the floor as a greetings, right? In terms of language, we learn how to speak Korean language, right? Like for example, kasyamnida and oppa or the saranghe, right? So in terms of dressing codes, yes, a culture adaptation is a knowledge or behavior that enable us to adjust, survive, and derive at their environment.